I don't understand why it's this difficult, so I'm just going to try to say it simply. Right now, the blue bracelets are the equivalent of the pink hats, which are the equivalent of the safety pins, which are the equivalent of the signs in the yard that say in this house we did a. It none of it makes any difference if you're not actually taking action, if you're not organizing, if you're not using your privilege, if you are not in any way sharing your resources, any of the above. And so I a blue bracelet means nothing to me when in the end I need you to be doing something. Right now, instead of having conversations about the next steps, your action plan, your organizing plan, you are instead saying, you know what, let's make some pretty bracelets. Come on now. Here's the thing. I want to believe. I want to believe that there's people that are trying to do better, but it's hard when in the end I literally had hundreds of people come onto my TikTok and say to me, you're reading this wrong. This isn't what you should be thinking. You're dividing us." The division came when 52% of you voted to strip rights from several people, several different groups. That's when the division came. And the fact that you all cannot in any way, shape, or form be confronted with the fact that perhaps, just an idea, perhaps you were in some way complicit. There are things that you should be examining. That's the problem. Robin DiAngelo, even in her book, she even talks about the fact that, y'all keep saying that you're preaching to the choir, but the reality is what we have realized as people in historically and intentionally marginalized groups is that there is no choir. There is no choir. So until you realize that there is no choir, because of the fact that anytime we are in predominantly white spaces, we are always made to feel unsafe. There's no change that can be made. So right now, that's the things that you should be doing. Number one, making yourself historically aware of what is really going on in our communities. And the fact that, I'm sorry, your experience does not in any way, shape, or form represent my experience. And so until you learn about my experience, then you can't tell me how to feel about your symbol of safety. But anyway, okay. Y'all do what you want.